Good evening. This is today's edition of Homage Speaks. And I want to take the time today to talk to you real quick about the Hawks versus the Wizards series. That series was tied at 2-2, and we all know that the winner of Game 5 in a 7-game series usually go on to win the rest of the series. I hate to alarm you, but 82% of the time. But Hawks fans don't lose hope. We coming home, and we got a chance to do some things a little different. I believe role players play good at home, and they'll step up. But let's just talk about Game 4. Dennis Schroeder, in this series, man, you're becoming a grown man out there. You're playing some basketball. I have a different respect for you now that I did at the beginning of this season. You're doing a good job. You're doing a fine job out there. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder for becoming the first Hawk since Pistol Pete to score 25 points and 10 assists in a ball game, which is something that I don't understand. Took almost almost 40 years to get that done. But nevertheless, Hawks, you got some work to do. Dwight Howard, when you get Dwight Howard in the game early, he'll be there for you late. Dwight Howard's a good player. He does lack the post moves, but I think he improved on his post moves and his post presence down low. I think he has done that. But we don't know that as Hawks fans because the Hawks don't give him an opportunity to do that. And for Dwight, I can understand his frustration when you have players like Bazemore, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Taurean Prince going 13 for 41, and you can't get but 3 touches. Dwight, I understand your frustration. That cannot happen. Why are you guys taking 41 shots and Dwight Howard is only getting 3, and he's closer to the basket? Y'all got to do a better job of getting Dwight Howard the ball. Because when you get him the ball, that means points in the paint. That means easy points. That means then once he gets to working, guess what? The ball is going to start going inside out. And when the ball gets to going inside out, that's when our shooters, who are not the best shooters, but they're capable of making jump shots, they take higher percentage of shots. Dennis Schroeder, you're getting most of your shots off the pick and roll, but we got to get spot up looks for Dunleavy, Muscala, Ilyasova, Millsap, Prince, Bazemore, Hardaway Jr. We got to get those guys 3-point looks, but they need to be spot up looks. So we got to do a good job or a better job of getting gap penetration from the point guard. We also got to do a better job of getting the ball inside, either to Millsap or to Dwight Howard, because the Wizards have made us a jump shooting team, and they're going to live with the results of the people we got shooting the shots because they're able to contest them. We need to get back to moving the ball the way it needs to be moved so we're getting wide open looks just to increase the percentages of those shots. But Dennis Schroeder, continue to push your team, continue to try to lead your team because John Wall, he looks like he's on a mission. Now, John Wall, I got a message for you. Your legacy is on the line for this series. You got to come down here and you got to close the Hawks out because you don't want the Hawks going back up there to Washington. That's not going to be good. The Hawks have played 3 good games up there. They might get you one time. You might want to come on down here and get your win and get these boys up out of here before they get the right formula, the players make the right shots and beat you. Because if they beat you, man, they're going to talk about you real bad. You think they talk about Paul George bad? Oh, no. They're going to talk about you bad. You want to know why? Because right now you are being looked at as the best pure point guard in the NBA right now. Your team depends upon what you do. And what you do will define you in this series going forward to the next. Because it looks like the Bulls, with the loss of Rondo, they might lose that series, but we'll talk about that in my next segment. Big game for Otto Porter. He had 17 points, 5 rebounds. That's what you got to do. But you got to do that on the road as well, sir. And you did a good job in Game 3, bringing your energy and bringing your defense. But your shot making would definitely be needed here in Atlanta to keep your team in the game. Markieff Morris, you might want to show up, bro. Because ever since you started talking that noise to Millsap, though you played a great defensive game on Millsap in Game 4, they're going to need your offensive production to get over the hump, especially in a road game where the highlight factor is going to be it's just going to be rocking. It's just going to be rocking. Uh, John Wall, way to be clutch. Bradley Beal, I saw your effort and your defensive prowess all season, but I definitely saw it last night against the Hawks. You were all over the place, and that is the reason why I have you ranked very high in the top 2 guards. But we'll have that discussion for another day, because several guys on my panel, well, maybe maybe 2 in particular, two agree with me, 2 don't. But we'll settle that face to face and let you guys decide. But Hawks, we need you. We need the energy. Braves not doing too good. Soccer team, I don't want to be known for a good soccer team, okay? Hawks, we done made the playoffs 10 out of 11 straight years. That's the longest streak in the East. But let's end the streak of just losing in the first or second round. Let's be a team that matters. And this year, this playoff run, with the way the seeding goes and the way the bracket is being divided, we could get back to the Eastern Conference Finals if we win this series. But I might have a news flash for us. I don't think John Wall and company is having it. But John Wall is due for a bad shooting night. So it's up to John Wall to continue to put pressure on our defense and take the shots that's going to get him a win and not force long jump shots. They won't be contested because they don't believe you can shoot either. So you just got to take your time and knock them down. Dennis Schroeder, continue to be aggressive, continue to put pressure on their defense, and hopefully your role players will step up for you and get you some shots. Because if they don't, you'll be going back to that restaurant, back in your own kitchen, cooking the meals for the people, just to keep the ratings up. But that's cool, man. You came a long way. You're doing a great job. And when homage is due, I pay it. And Dennis Schroeder, I salute you, sir. You're no longer on my list of trash cans. You know, my trash go out on Thursdays. I don't know what days y'all go on. Mine go out on Thursday. And Dennis, you're no longer going to be going in there every week. Shout out to my dad, Dexter B. I hope you're hearing it. You heard it here from me first, that Dennis Schroeder is solid. Derek Wilkinson, I know you love Dennis the Menace, but he's not a top 10 point guard in this game. I upgrade him to the number 1 second tier guard in the game, slightly behind Kyle Lowry. But me personally, I'm just doing Kyle Lowry a service because he's an all-star, but I'll take Dennis over him too. But with that being said, this ends another edition of many more of Homage Speaks.